Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your Mars and Virgo reading. Mars in your 10th house. You are the successful one. Every action you take puts you in this very successful place, and it makes people want to give you a lot because you're coming across as responsible more than anything. Disciplined, responsible, whatever this routine is, and which is interesting because you're typically known as being, very go with the flow, but you have this routine that really works well with this Virgo energy. Here we are, your 10th house. You have this routine that works really, really well with this Virgo energy. And so it's serving you, especially in your career. You come across as very successful, and you are very successful. So good job. Enjoy it. Give yourself experiences, but there's also, getting to this place now. Mars is about our action, and as it shifts into another energy, it brings another layer or another kind of redirection of how you approach and take action in that area of your life. And so the Eight of Cups here really does have a clear call to action, right? That how you're approaching your career today needs to change. And there's aspects of this ambition that really aren't good for you at all. But also there's aspects of, where you thought you were today that you just need to throw out, because that was last year, that was last week, that was last month. You literally have leveled up in a way that is so significant that all of these, preconceived expectations around how you should be or what you need to hold on to, it just needs to get thrown out the window. And every time you do so, you are supported. And that may mean that, you can't take responsibility for people's hearts. That's a big part of it, in the way that you have in the past. And they've really gotten used to you being the one to push them, push them, push them, push them. You will still push them. You are still pushing them. But actually, sorry. No, you're not. No, you're not. Instead of you pushing them, you're pulling them. Okay? Not with your physical force, but you are, letting them meet you. You're ahead now in your career. You're ahead with this very disciplined approach and this very disciplined routine that is obviously the way to get to the success. You are the one that did it. And it didn't just happen. You had to actively work towards it, and people watched you actively work towards that thing. And so again, instead of you pushing them and putting all your energy into saying, okay, this is how you're going to allow yourself to enjoy what you've built, and let them catch up to you. Let them see the gap between where they are and where you are, and let them do the extra work of finding you where they are, where you are. And for those who don't do that, because if you pull them, you try to pull them, oh, you guys will just be stuck together if you try to pull them into this place. But if you step into that successful place and stay there, relax while you're there, but also keep it going, stay disciplined, they will realize that they're the stuck ones and they need to catch up with you. And actually, they're so far behind how you're approaching your career, and they really need your help. They really need to figure out how you stayed strong in this direction and building of what you're doing here. Okay, so definitely wanting to lean in on, focus on your career, focus on building what you need to long term, especially if it's money related, especially if there's some money that you're needing. You can attract it right now if you stay focused. But if you underestimate how abundant your energy is right now, and you give your energy to people in situations that are deeply unabundant, they will just, cause you to spend more money with the stress of being connected to them, but they'll also keep you exactly where you are financially, So you need to be very intentional about how you connect with people and how you are growing your income, and really putting your energy there. Because as much as you want to, act like, oh no, it's fine, it's not fine. these situations are affecting your money. They are. They're affecting how much money you could be making. You know, people who are insecure and who want you to be in an insecure place, they will affect your ability to be secure in the financial opportunities that you have. So be really, really careful about that with Mars in Virgo, because it's easy to be like, oh no, this person doesn't. The 10th house is really dealing with some, evil people. That's why Capricorns are so, it's easy for them to stick to those boundaries, because it's like, yeah, that sounds cute, but the reality is people will do this, and that to you, right? That's kind of the Capricorn thing. So it can be a little bit of a shock to realize like why people are interacting with you or approaching things with you or have approached things with you the way that they have, or trying to connect with you for whatever reason. But you, with your 10th house, can really easily take that information and be really smart about what you say, why you say, how you say, and also about not saying a lot of things. And use your words to build on top of this very successful career that is coming to light for you now. Or the next level of it is coming to light for you now. It's pretty great. Let's talk about love. It's crazy because it took me so long to get that out for everyone else that I've done the readings for so far, but for you, it's like it's only been like 6 minutes and now we're on to love. Okay. So, in terms of love, you're looking for something, especially now with Mars in Virgo and then Jupiter in your 8th house. You're looking for something very deep and very long term. So that means that you need to be patient. The 10th house is about patience. There's a lot of patience required in, the dating process, whether you're with someone already or you are dating. There's this part of you that's just like attracting wild situations, because again, that's what the 10th house does. You're so bright and abundant. Of course, who wouldn't latch on to that, right? But then there's also a part of you that is doesn't believe that you could have that perfect scenario, and that's why it's not coming to you. So you need to spiritually connect to the love life that you're looking for and let go of everything that is not that, which is much easier said than done. But as Cancer season hits, there are some things that must go. Okay, there are some things that will not roll with you on this journey forward. And if you think about every aspect of your life being in the eyes of everyone, could this person, could these people fit into this picture with you? Are they worthy of what you've built for your career? Can they sustain it? And some people will, surprise you, this Cancer here, with how much they can sustain it and how much they value what you've built. And the fact that they, this little thing flying around here because of the light. The fact that they, they want to add to it, right? And as Cancer season comes in, you expect that from your partner, and then they begin to find you in that. But for the people who are like, again, if you thought about you in your most successful light, would this person fuck it up? And the answer is yes. They would slow down your money, absolutely, but also they would just take the opportunity to feed off of your success. It's really bad here, really, really bad here. So clean this up. If you haven't already, clean it up before it blows up on you. Okay. Um, You're looking for something. I can't say it enough. If everything was in the light, would you want this person to be next to you, getting the shine that you worked years for? No, you wouldn't. Okay. All right. Let's talk about work. Work is wonderful, even though Cancer season's coming. Cancer season is coming, and there are a lot of hidden hurdles that you overlooked or you now have to take on. Um, so that definitely is coming, for sure. But with Mars in your 10th house, I think that you can deal with it because you have this, you really care about your reputation and, how your work is delivered. You really don't want to do anything just to do it. You want it to be successful from the start, from inception all the way to completion. And that's where you are. And you're doing a really good job with that. Here we are, doing a really good job with that. Really key here. And I, didn't actually see this, but it's really key that one, you keep doing the work, but two, you focus on yourself. Don't focus on what anybody else has going on in your work setting. Let them come to you. They know that you, one, you deserve these boundaries and this space, but also they know that they're going to have to work if they want to work beside you now. They're going to have to work in a certain way. They're going to have to be thorough. They're going to have to be on top. And they actually really like that. But I think that you, in order to sustain that, you need to stay light on your feet, which means you can't be dealing with this person, dealing with that person. It's going to gunk up your energy and slow you down. But if you can stay in this zone independently, keep following your instinct, and that's another part of it as well. Your instinct is more important than that part of you that overanalyzes every situation. It's much more valuable right now, especially while the sun has been in Gemini. It's much more valuable. You're not just, following trails. You're creating the trails because of, what you've learned in the past that doesn't it's not it's not helpful to you, but it's okay. You were learning. That approach wasn't helpful. Now it's really about this kind of magical flow of information. And as that information flows, you're really sticking to it and you're not making yourself feel bad for not delivering perfectly. Whatever is priority will come to you in your mind, in your behind the scenes planning, and you know how to stay in flow with the changeable nature of your career. And it's really great. And a lot of information is coming to you, even if there's information about places that you've been excluded or things that you've been, opportunities that you didn't get, or so many different things. So many different things. It could feel intense because it's like, oh man, it's Cancer season. um, you know, it's Cancer season. But as much as I do feel and I know that energy is there and you're gonna have to work through that, there's just such an abundant vibe trying to chase you down right now. It is easy to focus on the past and the opportunities missed, things like that. That's here. It's definitely here. But opportunities from the past that you wanted are also coming back around in a very flashy way that I just think it's so much more valuable to you to be intoxicated with that than what's happened before. And if you need to work through this through journaling or talking to your therapist, whatever it is, do that. But this flashiness is actually really good for you. It's really good. Um, it's really healthy. It's really wholesome for the most part. For the most part. And it's okay to not be perfect. But you deserve this. You worked for it. Enjoy it. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for wanting to live a flashy lifestyle because it's what you worked for. It's what was important to you. So soak in it, have fun with it. And anybody who's on your vibe, they'll be able to come join you in that. Anybody who's not on your vibe and who's like, oh my gosh, like all he cares about is money. And it's like, that's not true. You obviously just don't have money, so you are projecting that on me because you can't come enjoy yourself with me because you literally just can't. You know what I'm saying? So stay in this zone. If you get stuck in the past, it's okay. Journal, take a couple days off, work through the feeling, take a month off if you need to. There's no, but one thing that did come to me with Saturn now in your fifth house is that you have about a 3-year period to really elevate your life in a way that could set you up for the rest of your life. You could use this abundance to really secure yourself, especially financially, in a way that's bigger than where you are now. And maybe you already feel like you've done it, and that's great. But if you haven't done it yet, there's a trail forward of how to do that. And you should get super clear about what that is and how you're going to get that done before these 3 years end. Because once these 3 years end, your energy starts to slow down. And so you need to be conscious of how much abundance you have right now so that you can, you know, stock it up, prepare for a time when your energy, you get older, essentially, right? You get a little slower, all those things. So go ahead and set your life up now. Zone in. Use Mars and Virgo to plan for the long term, 3 years down the line. You have the energy right now. Create that long term plan and start to execute on that plan within limits of still enjoying your life, but you need to start now. Don't wait until, you have from now until September. This is the first leg of it. And although it's like, oh, but it's moving back in, and it's like, no, start now, start now, start now. Try to focus. Try to focus on how lucky you are right now. Try to stay there and really, you know, take on your life as if it was someone else's life. When you have someone else's life in your hands, you know what you do? You whip their life into shape and then they're off to the races, living an incredible life. Do that for yourself. Look at yourself from the outside and say, oh, okay, so like you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that, and you'll be secure in this way. Those solutions that you give to people just firing off. Do that for yourself. I'll see you in the next transit reading. In the meantime, you can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in my description. Bye, Sag.